All right. We ready to get started, y'all? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Y'all can do better than that. I know it's a small room, but y'all can do better than that. I said welcome, everybody. There we go. You are at Womxn Orators Wednesday. Yeah. And are we not in March? What is March? It's Women's History Month. Shout out to the ladies in the audience. Yes. Fellas, clap louder. I'm trying to help you out. Clap louder, okay? Just applaud us. That's all we ever ask for. That's all we want.
My grandmother knew. I'm not certain how. Was it the huddled masses scuttled here on boats as betrothed royalty? The dust she never let settle on her mantle, or even our shared yet separate loss. Her grief held mine as I scattered. It was her wisdom corrupting every morbid contemplation of this and that untimely demise. With a diamond chill of clarity through the snows toppling our combined mountains of melancholy, the serenity found from her tumultuous voyage to this juncture of ash gave way to her ultimate revenge for my abandoned jocundity. Exhale when you release the dead from their tethers. Hail the traveler. Thank you. And a little more women-centered. Obviously, my grandmother is female, but a little more women-centered to my present day. We'll change the topics a little bit. This one's called Transient. I make out with women on subway trains and give them flowers when I think they're cute. I like to smudge their lipstick with mine to see what colors of the rainbow we create together. When her tequila and my bourbon hit just the right stride and no one or everyone is looking, then I take them home. But those are things I need a someone and not an everyone to write a piece about. So we jump to the next morning, when I long to have her back in my arms, soft and supple, wishing for coffee and only me to provide just that.
Right, these pants are from the 90s. I made them a long time ago. Voy a leer al principio en español y luego voy a hacer la traducción. Este poema se llama Cosmología. Dentro del vientre, nadamos en las luces del conocimiento de los secretos del mundo. Toda la conexión al divino, Pachamama, Madre Mía, Yamuna, Sacharuna. Para que nos nacemos jaguar, tenemos que pasar por el anillo de fuego. Que arde la mamá, dar luz a un ser. Llevamos nuestro registro akáshico para reconectarnos con la luz. Nuestra madre espera que el bebé abra la boca. El bebé llora. El hilo hacia la luz ilumina la leche. Llevamos las herramientas para nuestros retornos hacia la luz. Tomamos forma como el visitante, quien lleva tanto equipaje, valoreando las cosas materiales, pensando observar la cosmología desde fuera. No quiere rendirse de la brújula. No vea que las chispas de las estrellas y la luna nos guían. El penitente, con temor a la vida espiritual, torturada de vergüenza de sus pecados, castiga y viola todo el sagrado. No vea que el relámpago ilumina la ruta a la luz. El Mesías falso cree que los secretos del universo son suyos. Se vuelve loco tratando de engañarse a los demás. No vea que la Vía Láctea tiene luz suficiente para todos. El empático, en el claro oscuro, deja su equipaje en búsqueda de la verdad. Se quedó solo porque guardaba un pedazo de duda. porque no quería indagar con todo el alma en la aurora boreal. Cuando el bebé Krishna abrió la boca para mostrar a su mamá que hasta un bebé, un jaguar, tiene que pasar por el anillo de fuego, y el hilo hacia la luz es el sufrimiento. Yashoda, Pachamama, Madre Mía, Yamuna, Sacharuna, abrieran las bocas y lloraban. So that you can understand it. Here's the English version. In the womb, we swim in the primordial soup of the secrets of the world, light in the stars and the moon that guide us. The penitente, with baggage of shame and sins, fearing the power of divine wisdom, raping and punishing everything sacred, and unable to see the flash of light in the strike of lightning. The Messiah thinks that the secrets of the universe are his to guard, going crazy, trying to bring everyone else into his fanaticism, and can't see that the Milky Way has enough light for everyone. The empath, in the claroscuro, leaves the baggage and the fear in search of the truth, with the vision that the knowledge of light can help everyone, but kept a piece of doubt even when witnessing the aurora borealis. Krishna opened his mouth so that his mother could see all of the secrets of the universe, that everyone, even a divine being or a jaguar, must pass through the ring of fire, and the thread to the light is suffering. All of the mothers, Yashoda, Pachamama, Mother Mary, Gaia, Yamuna, Sacharuna, opened their mouths and cried.
The poem is called Communal Placenta Making. If we separate the body from the birth, it allows us to unearth the strangeness of it all. Ripping, tearing, screaming, and now we're staring at my opening. But just one, of course, because I can open everywhere. There are many entry points to this body if you cared, but this one gains your focus, one birth at a time, because the only thing that goes in is supposedly not mine, and the only thing that comes out is covered in sticky slime that you won't let me eat. Ugh. Medical waste. Hazardous to my health. Take what I spent months generating and store it safely on this shelf, along with all the other community remedies that must be kept in stealth, because if I had access to that wealth of knowledge, well, I might just live forever. And wouldn't that be horrible for you? Keep me alive enough to birth more of what you need, yet let me die enough so I no longer feel the pain when I bleed. So give me back my placenta. I wasn't done with that, you ignorant asshole. Don't you know that storing my bodily juices in a mason jar will make them mold? It's better for them to be consumed. So let me rock with this birthed blanket, an offering back to myself, built by the community within, the helping hands who nourished what I could not see now get the chance to win. And then what happens when a cosmic vagina emerges? Not covered in slime, actually quite beautiful and divine. No one was impregnated to allow for this birth. Their creator does not go by mother, and that does not alter their worth, because birthing belongs to the cosmos. And cosmic vagina's placenta is made up of sweet strawberries and dildos. Their protection and their nourishment, what brought them safely from there to here, is community made. It is homemade lemonade from your neighbor's tree. It is respected and not neglected or deemed unsanitary. It will never be held under the light and given the chance to be scrutinized. No, it won't capsize in the sea of lies which deems things unsafe because they are not understood. Cosmic vagina's placenta is wise. It responded to their cries when they were stuck inside. Then it took them on a ride, unsticking itself from the walls to be drawn to the passage that called its name. This placenta traveled vaginally, however, the options were plentiful. The cosmos sometimes emerges through the vocal cords or out through the top of the head or down through the toes. When Cosmic V was born, they did not mourn for the body that birthed them because their placenta was writing workshops and masturbation. It was good cooked steak and learning to pole dance and releasing pent-up frustration. It was being naked and feeling sacred. And to consume it meant that body was nourished enough to create again. And to consume it meant that body was strong enough to advocate for better future treatment. And to consume it meant that body could feel the pleasure in the labor of their birth, and no one would profit off the exhaustion of their fertile earth. So what if we gathered around here, around this boiling hot cauldron, and each added something of our own? Some unique words of affirmation, potatoes, a shared dinner, really good eye contact, back rubs during hugs, and awkward giggles because of that really good eye contact, and perhaps some parsley. And say we mixed it up and then dished it out into small blue bowls with spoons, replenishing ourselves for creating and birthing, making the cycle sustainable for future tunes and strings of words or even babies. Well, then I think we'd all live forever. So we separate the body from the birth to unearth the strangeness with our fixation around one birthing body. Because the power of birth does not lie in the singular. It lies in the communal placenta's rightful return. Thank you.
Okie doke. Someone once asked me if I had a piece of advice for all the women in the world, what would it be? And what I believe is key may not be your cup of tea, but you can drink my poetry like it's your morning cup of coffee. See, my key is, as simple as it may be, is just to get your hair a little messy. I cut mine with no order using scissors that look a bit sketchy, which you probably wouldn't assume because as you can tell, I'm a bit dressy, but people always tell me that my hair looks sexy. And I say it's because all the best things in life make your hair a little messy. Running, dancing, driving with the windows down prove that things that can cure a frown make your hair messy. Surfing, jumping, having sex, all the things that make you feel best should make your hair a little messy. And maybe your makeup too, if it was a really good screw. Also, a good nap, rolling in the grass. Understand that having fun doesn't mean giving up your class. You don't have to try to be or look perfect. That was already your birth-given right. Now do you see that there was never a need for that internal fight with yourself and how you fear to be perceived? For your joy is the greatest blessing that you could ever receive. So explore everything in the world without fear or hesitation. Absorb what life has to offer while you build your foundations. And if you don't believe me, well, I hope you try and see how fun it could be to get your hair just a little messy. Thank you so much. I normally perform very gut-wrenching activist stuff about oppression and rape culture and all sorts of shit, but I was like, it's Women's Month, we deal with the struggles every day, let's do something more lighthearted. This is my love letter to you. Go, have fun, travel, fuck, enjoy life. And yeah, you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram is Marix Carolina, MarixKarolina. That's all. Thank you, guys.
That's right. You know what? We take it.
Hello to all the beautiful women in the crowd and the men as well. And the men, I mean, it's like 3 of y'all. Sorry, it's like 4 of y'all. But listen, it's Women's History Month. We gotta give it up for the women. So today I'll just be performing one poem. Yeah, I guess we'll start now. This is titled Lifeline. Okay. Life is like no line in particular. The path followed may be perpendicular. Straight, curvy, wiggly, slanted yet connected. Don't know what's to come next, sometimes you gotta let it be manifested. This line, no matter where it starts, it's always bested. Whether you're an 8 or a 9, your life path makes you do your time. Relearning your soul in an entity, opening your indigo eyes up for you to see. I'm not just you, you're not just me. We're not just human. Black is more powerful than shade could ever be. So walk down that line for free, with hands wide open, like a sponge soaking. Absorb the gifts your life naturally spawns as your tokens, and fix what in a past life could have been broken. Thank you, thank you.
Know things they shouldn't know. Know that knowing won't help, but you can't unknow what you know. You know they just know. When and where, how and what. Know just how much seasoning is missing. Know how long to hold you. Know where it hurts. And no one knows how they know, but they know that too. There are women who know. When God spoke, all of the particles of the universe conglomerated together and bursted into form. And are you not a word that when spoken to burst into form? So who are you talking to? And what word is trapped in your stomach with no God to call it forth? Who are you talking to? And what word is trapped in your stomach with no God to call it forth? I am. I am Malcolm and Martin. A deep prayer and fully loaded rifle. A peaceful protest yelling on your front lawn. I am the dream of my ancestors, all wisdom and divine power. I am sinner enough to not be welcomed at church, but saint enough to know Holy Ghost power when it show up. I am a Sunday morning sermon that hits home, Shabbat Shalom, a knife to the throat of anybody that come near my babies. I am an unstoppable movement marching tirelessly with my chin up. Back straight like I belong here, black as hip-hop and Kool-Aid. Close, like mama's hugs after a heartbreak. I am a problem to every solution in my way. I am a direct extension of the great I am, and I will burn down Master's house to get my freedom. Nat Turner this plantation. Jangle Lucifer and all his children. Plague Pharaoh till he bend in favor of God's will and let my people go. I will take justice into my own hands, because I'll be damned if I watch them put another bullet in black skin, call it an accident. I am tired enough to do something about it. Exhausted from carrying all this woman around, holding all this soft under thick skin. I am too much, too loud, too black, too proud, 2 times 2 the bitch you cheated with, 2 steps ahead of basic, flirting with greatness, and she a bad. I am a prophet, prophetically positioned where I am manifested. Baby, I'm not a soul you just run into on accident, especially if you connected. Divine timings reveal future promises in past tense. At ease, catch a whiff of the wave you in. That's just a little wave. Just a little something, cause I'm hosting, but I be poeting too, y'all. And don't forget yourself. And if it's anything that I think that I really grab held of is how important it is to not forget yourself in your service to others. Like, you can't serve others well if you're not serving yourself well. And
So here we have open mic. Shaggy hair falls into his eyes once more. Anxious as he takes the stage, takes to the front of this eccentric coffee shop, filled with pheromones and vaporizers, a clear focus drawn to him, with guitar clasped between thick but dexterous fingers. Chatter quiets, a giggle lingering from the girl whose spoken word piece entirely destroyed my last ounce of self-control to not drink at this particular gathering. I think she made the vegan carrot cake, too. Then words begin to flow from his voracious mouth, fully gaining the awe of poets and performers, a true entertainer, grin holding a secret behind it, capturing the room, earning every ear, explaining something he also thinks bears some deep emotional significance, rhapsodizing about love, or maybe the way she used to love him. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Okay, these aren't my usual style. These are short. Actions speak louder than words. Sometimes words destroy, in spite of well-intentioned actions. Sometimes words are chosen carelessly because they come from a fear of being unworthy. We are all worthy of love, and love can be deep. It can also heal. But a fear of losing that sacred love can bring devastation with a few words, spoken to cover up the fear of unworthiness. Trust is an action and can be destroyed with words. Pull out the poison of fear and self-doubt. All that is left is love. We have a shared mission to love our community. Actions are stronger than words. And here's just a super shorty, so whoever's right, so Cosmic Vagina can have some more time to practice. Sometimes I want to fall asleep on your shoulder and sleep on unborrowed pillows that smell of our shared dreams, where the nightmares thunder into the dawn, and we bring our dreams and love together in the sunrise.
This one's called Who the Hell Do You Think You Are? I am an entity. Here on this rock, I lay within you all, holding you up and up and up. I take no form because my energy is unrestrictable. I don't look forlorn despite all who take me to be a spectacle. I am a spectacle, but not for you. I am a spectacle for all who grew roots deep into the ground, who try to connect, who try to reach me and try to respect. But you, who lack the courage to see me for who I am, you who mistake my liquid desire as a command to go forth, to enter. No, I hold the memory that constitutes the reason you falsely resent her. My person may have blocked it out, but that moment lives with me at my center. Like I said, I am an entity. I do not live or die. All of that hatred and the trauma in my heart will forever lie. I don't come with one pronoun, not limited to he or she or they. I do not let foolish human restrictions ever get in my way because I am a deliverer of pleasure. And to erase that so you can lock me in a box only weakens my treasure. I am no gender to your rigid standards. I will never surrender. So easy to interpret me when I am explainable and simple. Well, I've made myself cosmic. Try and track me down as I twinkle. Try and track me down as I twinkle. So, diminish me. Nope. In outer space, vaginas take up space. I know because I live within the universe inside you, and there, pleasure is not a divine waste. So call me pussy or call me flower. Tell your kids my name's Vajayjay when they ask about my power. And when you lie to them and erase me from their narrative, know that I will rebuild our relationship because it is imperative. So diminish me and extinguish me, but no, you will never finish me, because if you don't even want to make me finish, then you have no intention of meeting the real me. You see, you will not meet me where your hip meets your leg. You will meet me when you're getting really good head, like I said. I am a spectacle for those who dig deep, for those who swim upstream, open themselves up to the possibility that feeling good is necessary. So only when you're getting licked on and kissed on, when you are turned on, will I start to feel your beat. I'll shift in my seat. It'll call out my name as I hear you start to scream. From within your chasm, perched on my rock, glowing like a magnetic force, I will see your wave coming. I get ready to ride. I let the rush of you wash over me. Your wetness lets me glide. All of a sudden, I am no longer inside, no longer something to hide. You feel pride. Maybe you cried because fuck, that was a good ride. And for a moment, we are cosmic together. I have emerged from the universe into your atmosphere. We are liquid and fluid, sticky and wet, untraceable, irreplaceable to any other feeling. Yet as soon as it happened is as soon as you want me gone. You wipe me away as to keep a clean thong. But if you just sit for a second and let yourself breathe, I could teach you to wear your pleasure on your sleeve. For now, I'll return to my rock, I'll retreat. Just don't let it be long until the next time we meet. Thank you.
Pleasure is good.
So this is actually a poem that I tattooed on my leg. She's over here. I write poetry in Spanish and I tattoo it on my leg as scripture. Conociéndome es amarme. Sentirme es aceptar mis olas y llamas entre los nudos de tu columna. Yo soy el mar, la luna, la estrella y el sol. Soy la tierra entre tus dedos y el amor de tu madre. Furiosa pero gentil. Soy un bosque y es fácil perderse dentro de mí. Yo también me pierdo bailando entre las flores y los árboles de mi alma al ritmo del latido de mi corazón. Pero cuando me encuentro, siento un amor. Amor como el sol ama a la luna. Soy el fuego que te quema y te consume, con un toque tan gentil que se te suben los pelos de tu brazo. Un beso que te electrifica el espíritu. Round 2. To know me is to love me. To feel me is to accept the waves and flames between the notches of your spine. I am the sea, I am the moon, I am the star, I am the sun, I am the dirt between your fingernails and a mother's love. Furious yet gentle, I am a forest, and it is easy to lose yourself within me. I lose myself too, dancing between the flowers and trees of my soul to the rhythm of my own heartbeat. I am the fire that burns and consumes you with a touch so gentle that it raises the hairs on your arm, a kiss that electrifies your spirit. Love, like how the sun loves the moon.
Okay, hate to admit it, but I am a little nervous. This is like my third open mic. And although I love a camera, I hate an audience. At least I love myself. The most important love there could ever be. The love that's rushing through my veins, sweet like candy canes. The love for myself, the love that'll always generate my wealth. The love that's so good for my health. Self-love is the best love. It's not the I gotta test love. You know, there's always people that can love you less love. But your heart's a mess love. Like a goatee, I know my heart is for me. Never somebody that I used to know, rather somebody I will always know. And on that note, can't anyone ever step on these self-love toes? Okay? That's one. I don't know, man. I don't know which one I should choose, y'all. Like, okay. Because I write short poems. I don't write long poems because I don't think my attention span can remember all of that. So, okay. We'll go for this. This is one of my favorite poems as well. untitled. But I think we're going to call this Ashes to Ashes, Dust to Dust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. A termite, a creature, a body, a being, all diminishing in the end from the beginning. A life cycle, before Christ, during Christ, after Christ, a life. I know more than what I was told. I had to be bold for all the knowledge to behold. I had to be strong, for all that information taught me so much was wrong. I had to be fearless, because the more I knew, I had to hear less. My angels and ancestors clocking my cue, sending me messages here and there and out the blue. Before Christ, I wouldn't have had a clue. In the womb, I didn't know what was true. And here I am, a being, a 22-year-old, a black woman, a queer, a creative. Maybe I did know. Look at how I live.
Silence, please, even if it doesn't please you at all. This city wants to shut you down. React, girl. React. Action. Cut. Again. Cut that girl voice out. It's disturbing the payer audience. Cut that body. Cut that body. Now, do it in a sensual rhythm. No. Stop. You're being vulgar like this. I said sensual. Oh my God, is there anyone here with an edited body ready to shoot? What is that? Hair? Seriously? I thought I was clear when I said people should come clean here. Are you crying now? Stop playing the victim. There's no need for that. If you are so strong as your voice when you come with your feminist shit over me, you should know how to handle this, right? I won't talk to this girl anymore. Where are my babes with my drinks and shallow conversations? Oh, here you are. Good girl. You're gorgeous as always. That idiot made me think too much about my privileges that I don't want to lose. I'm tired and headache. Could you give me a massage and maybe act like a boy for a while? Then I don't need to face so much oppression. Oppression? What does that mean? That bitch cat repeating it now is on my mind and I don't know what it is. I feel like I want to cry. But that's so stupid. Crying for no reason. Give me that beer. I'll find some release with some girl that will suck me well on the first date and I'll make her think she was a whore and I don't need to deal with any human relations or responsibilities of someone that's not submissive to me.
Nah, she voluntold me I was doing a poem. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm going to tell you a little story. I sat there staring at an empty page for a week. Cursor flicking at me like I'm an idiot who makes a stop at a like a flickering light and doesn't move and you're just like confused. I don't have my driver's license. Is it obvious? And so the cursor is flicking at me and I'm looking back at it like, why are you asking me to open up to you? Just offended. And the truth is that my attitude is only there to cover the fact that after all of the lessons I've learned and after all the lifetimes I've lived, I seem to be drawing blanks on words of wisdom. And I want to share. I want to open myself up and impart this wisdom that was given to me by my mother. I've cherished her words so much that I've planted them deep in the being, like in the soil of my being, and hoping that one day they'll sprout, produce fruit, and I can share. I've preserved them like treasure so I can go back for my fortune when I'm all out of good fortune. I've held them close to my chest like the childhood blanket I refuse to get rid of. So where are her words when I need them? I must have planted them too deep, thinking they'll sprout, but really they're lost and I don't have a green thumb. I kill succulents. I know, I'm trying. I'm getting better. I'm getting better, right? My little plant Gabriel, he had flowers the other day, but I don't know, maybe I buried her treasure for my next lap around the sun, but then I forgot to mark the spot. No, they're not lost. I'm just bitter, and I refuse to share her words of wisdom because they're mine. just like I refused to get rid of that childhood blanket. And now, as I talk about it, I hear her voice in my head saying, Mamita, sharing is the way to show you're ready to receive more. Words of wisdom.
Hi guys, this is my first piece coming back. It's Women's Month. I'm doing hard things. This is one of them. Table for two, please. Pardon me. Sorry. For one. At the bar. Believe me when I say overcoming the shame was the hardest part. Palm to face as I momentarily escaped the discomfort of my unwilled isolation. I stood alone for the 100th time, pen to page, performing my poorly rehearsed act, awaiting a friend who never seems to show face. Fact of the matter is, the only invitation I'd ever sent to this occasion was to myself. Mustered up the courage to beat my face, found a way to style those metallic knee-high boots I kept saving for the perfect date. Dined and wined myself, unaccompanied. Unbothered by the curious glances of onlookers, only willing to stare but never approach, approximately 3 tonight, I think. That previous statement may have been a bit dishonest. Damn near every stare I got was enough to straighten my shoulders. Wait, guys. Shudder briefly in my seat. Solace in solitude was merely a concept romanticized in literature. Loneliness was often the reality that took form. Flirted heavily with the idea of courting myself on a solo date, dinner for one with the intention of learning how to love the way my own lips taste. Trust the process of enjoying a meal in a congregation of one. Only now is it that I no longer find loneliness in aloneness, as long as I have learned to find fulfillment in my own company. Consummate this engagement I've attended alone, admitting solemnly to the comfort of singularity.
Check, mic checker. All right, cool. So I was gonna do a piece that was about my father, and then I was informed so beautifully that it's Women's Month and we're focusing on that side of our family. I didn't know, let me rephrase. No, thank you for calling me out. I didn't know it was ladies' night here at the Nuyorican right now. I just came with my brother and I was pleased to hear that. So I was like, you know what? Let me just switch it up, and instead of talking about that half of the legacy, which is included, I wanted to do this piece, which is for my daughter, Jasmine Ayomide, and she will be celebrating her first year next month.
Oh, happy belated birthday.
Yeah, early birthday. Happy belated birth. Oh, no, I appreciate you. All right. So I'm a professor, and when I teach the youth, I have this idea that I like to convey to them about art. The idea has to do with, the obligation of the artist, because it's out here like, yes, we can do what's beautiful, but for me personally, I like to make that change. I like to confront that pain. And so when I speak to the youth, I tell the youth, it's like, you have to understand when we make this art, this is a privilege. The mic is a privilege. The community is a privilege. We might struggle through it, but every ounce of this life is a privilege. And because of that, we have to know that the privilege was bestowed upon us by, as we know, as we've heard, I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. And they put in work for my ass. The white ones from Europe and the black ones too. And I love that. My history in New York comes right to these tenement buildings. My history in America is that slave blood. It's that mixed race. That's that Obama blood. That's that Bob Marley. That's America. And that's in my soul. And I love that. And that's why I work. That comes through every piece of my words, every image, every photograph, every film that I make. I know that as an artist, I'm just expressing myself on behalf of those that suffered and struggled so I could be here now. And so now I think about the generations. I want to praise this gift 3 years. I want to praise her mother, the queen, not to call her the queen as if we are empirical, as if we are using the language of the conquistadors. The queen because she is the ruler. I think it's been about 3 years. I think it's been damn near $100,000. Motherfuckers don't talk about IVF. Motherfuckers don't talk about that struggle. Especially black men, especially fathers, especially mothers, especially any of us. And I'm so proud of that struggle. Because the queen, she's first generation. And what that means is that she didn't know the plantation. What that means is that she struggled through colonialism. She came from Niger. She came from Lagos. She came from a different black history. And here she is circling the earth, first generation in America. Here I am, circling the earth, this generation, the American generation. So much confluence of racism and hate and love and struggle and warriors and teachers and preachers. All that shit is here, the two of us. We're like polar opposites in the new year. Nobody understands the diaspora. The Africans is like, why are you wearing the dashikis? The Americans is like, yo, we love, what was that Beyonce shit? Black is king. We love that black is king. The Africans is like, they conflated all our masks and they took the dances from the different cultures. Can we please just get along? Can we please just bring it together, black people? What can I do? Maybe I could be a father. And in one life, I could bring together the generations. That's Africa. That's America. And that's her blood. Jasmine Iomide Whitaker. J.A.W. That's the family tradition. It's the one black tradition that we came from. We're the J.A.W. tribe. I'm Justice Alexander, born, given from my Nigerian mother, Justice Ayowale Whitaker. That's me, Justice Ayowale Whitaker. We the J.A.W. tribe. That's the one thing I begged her mama, can we please give her a J name? And the queen said, Ayomide, because her middle name is Ayodeji. And Ayo in the Yoruba tradition means joy. So her grandmother gave her that name when she had her daughter's eldest daughter, because her joy became to Ayodeji. And me, the lost tribe. At the wedding, Ayowale, the joy has come home. Ayomide, the joy has become mine. Amen.
That's beautiful.
All right. Lost in what I shouldn't do, feel I couldn't do shit. Am I weak if I do nothing? Am I strong for taking hits? Broken inside, holding the shards as a weapon. Fighting myself, love, and the world since what feels like conception. I could fuck you like I hate you and fall in love on the same climb. But how do I take care and let go of rage at the same time? What is life without purpose? There are emotions and worthless. I bring love deep. Without it, why scratch the surface? All right. That's one. All right. This last one is photographs. I see differently, not necessarily clear. Darkness is safety. Punishment is certain. And love brings fear. Be careful what you wish for. I didn't understand. You want strength, you'll get pain till numbs where you land. You want confidence, uncertainty Uncertainty left shakes in my hands as I fought for myself again and again. I see things differently. But you're so negative, teachers said. Teachers called that reality when I was a kid. Belief is a luxury I hide from my eyes, jewelry I tuck from seekers of shine, the seekers from the unluckiest place, the unlikeliest place. I heard it's envy, but I see that it's hate. It's never too late. I want that to be true, but the reality is there's no win without lose. But only one is guaranteed if you don't move. So I'm on this stage seeing differently, but I saw this shit through. Y'all have a good one. Bailarin Photography on Instagram.
Okay, they are written in Turkish, so I will just read it in my language. Nefesinde yer açıp sesinde boğulsam, dilesem de dilemesem de. Aşk diye 3 harfi bir araya getirirken kekelerim. Belki beni çiçekler daha iyi anlatır. Belki de kökünden kopmuş olan benim. Yanıma bir melek kondu. Şimdi ben nasıl ona kanatlarını unut diyebilirim. Sözler beni bulutlar ülkesinde hapsediyor. Oysa ben yağmur olup kurak topraklara can vermek istiyorum. Kelimelere kaçıyorum yine açık oldum bir hayale. Bir gülücüğe muhtaçmışım meğer bir öpücüğe. Yaşam tekrar var etmeye doğar. İşte yeni böyle bir gecede. Yine aynı ayın altında sadece tek bir yıldızın gözüyle seni aramak yıldızlarda. I unfortunately don't have the translation. I could try, but it could take some time. Yes. Thank you.
Not necessarily put this into a flow. That said, here it goes. Right, that's some Dr. Seuss. That was actually off the dome. That was not actually anything planned. But let's do it. So, ode to my black pillar, my mother. In the realm of my life, a tower stands tall, a beacon of strength, my mother, my all. Black pillar of grace in a world so vast, you've anchored my soul through every storm past. With a father's presence, like a shadow fleeting, it's your embrace, a constant and meeting. Your arms a fortress, your heart a home. In your unwavering love, I've never felt alone. Through every title, every tear shed, you've been the rock where my fears fled. With each sacrifice, unseen, untold, you've woven my dreams in threads of gold. Your wisdom, a lighthouse, guiding my way, turning the darkest nights into day. In resilience, I find my voice. In battles, I've learned to rejoice. For every opportunity, every door open wide, you stood by my side with your arms spread wide. Your strength, a testament to all you've bore. In your shadow, my excellence was born. To the world, you may be one, but to one, you are the world. In your essence, the essence of love untold. So here's to you, my black pillar, my guiding light. My mother, my hero in the darkest night. May the ode be a mirror reflecting your worth. A tribute to you, the strongest on earth. For in your love, I found my might. My black mother, my eternal light.
don't have my journal, so I don't have anything original to read. All my phone poems are like so last year, so I don't. It's just like a weird opening poem called Afro Latina. According to Merriam-Webster, the term Latina was invented in the 1970s to describe a woman who is a native inhabitant of Latin America, living in Latin America or the United States. Merriam-Webster, however, does not consider Afro-Latina a word. In America's most trusted dictionary, Latin American people of African ancestry do not exist. It is an unofficial term attributed to those who have felt the noose but have only loosely been hung by the tree. Or maybe she is the tree. The way her roots always got their foot on their neck of all the cultures, thank a Black woman for always giving you something to be microaggressive about, to fawn over her in disbelief. Latina, an adjective that behooves to be seen. Afro-Latina, a myth. A folktale, a thing she becomes after the search party leaves. Like she hadn't been standing there all along, clearing the forest while you grind her bones to fertilize the soil. This isn't a metaphor for Black girl magic or anger. This is me, no longer flat ironing my fro to fit inside a term dependent on my proximity to whiteness. I am not Black and Latina. I am a Black Latina. I am an anomaly strangers whisper about, confident my tongue don't conjugate like theirs. I am creating my own eulogy before they write me out of the wrong story, contort my surviving into their savior, build me a shrine to die on. Haven't we always been damaged goods? Sold at a bargain price, carbon copy us into ash, snap their fingers and blow us into dust, her silhouette the standard. Her afro, a wig they take on and off, her melanin packaged and sold, her culture, a $1 billion commodity, merengue, bachata, salsa, dembow, reggaeton, palo, rumba, samba, tango, name a beat her hips ain't formed, and twerked into baile, into ritmo, into música. When Celia says, La negra tiene tumbao, she is speaking for millions of Afro-Latinas who go missing in history books, on television, in movies, in conversations about their own identities, in real life. Afro-Latinas, Black women, poor women, marginalized women are targets, are dying, and those who love her culture won't attend her funeral, will not speak of her life, instead tape up her house, ready to thrift and shop her culture away. Buy up her heirlooms and call them spicy, bloody with red passion. Do you see it? How easily Black girl becomes wallpaper to the building of her own identity? A mime always in front of her to edifice a movement. My culture is not your crash crop. My mother's country is not your paradise. My bilingual tongue is not your inquisition to crusade over. Dicen que soy Latina until I start talking about colorism, until I check them on erasure, until I choose to speak on my own behalf, until I remind them that my Afro becomes before my Latina. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is good. Okay? Permission to get in trouble tonight.